Scorpio. Welcome to Divine Nudges, the channel where together we work towards tapping into our intuition and what it's trying to tell us. Scorpio, I'm going to get right into it. The Seven of Swords just popped out, Scorpio. So, there's a couple of things that can be going on with this energy. This could be an energy of deceit, cheating, trickery. It could also be an energy of someone being sneaky, and that someone could be you or someone else. This could be a very secretive, low key energy. I just tuned into the knife that the person on this card is carrying, though. That grabbed my attention. So let's see, is someone trying to stab someone in the back? And the next card that came out is the King of Cups. Now, this King of Cups is someone who is very emotionally and spiritually grounded. They're at peace. They're in control of their emotions. This is someone who's actually traveled the journey from the Ace of Cups all the way to where they sit right now. So they've earned this position of peace and, self love and self empowerment. And so, um, not sure if someone is trying to disturb that peace, with that knife that's kind of headed in their direction. The next card is the Ace of Cups, right? So this is some very loving energy, very spiritual energy, very fulfilling energy. And in this particular deck, she's holding this cup of love up to her heart. So this is really loving energy. This is a really loving space. So where is the Seven of Swords coming in, right? Let's see what's next. Here we have more water, energy, intuition, spirituality. Here we have the moon. This moon card is a card of hidden secrets. So again, we have secrets that are kind of coming out twice here. This is the card of the subconscious mind, of, instincts, of fears, very strong psychic energy, also being in the dark. So, there's a theme here of both secrecy, but intuition, psychic, spirituality, emotions, even emotions. So I'm not sure if someone's emotions are playing tricks on them right now. Um, the Seven of Wands just came out in the reverse. And so, this could be someone who's being overly protective or someone whose guard is down and needs to, put their guard up just a little bit more and step into their protective bubble. But I know that Scorpio is a very, very protective sign. So it could just be someone that's trying to get you to get your guard down right now, Scorpio, so that they can interfere with your happiness. This is a possibility. This is a possibility. It's a possibility that there are things being done in the dark, that are, for the purpose of trying to disturb your peace. But I tell you what, I hate to think that, there are forces that really want to expend their energy on the Scorpio collective that way. Let me just take a moment here, Scorpio, to really just look at these cards and really see what it is that they're trying to tell us. Scorpio, I'm not quite sure. I have to be honest with you. I think that um I really do see here. I'm getting the energies that I'm getting are very peaceful and very loving. But then there's like this energy as well of drowning, of someone drowning in their emotions, drowning in their feelings, and the moon energy. So there may be cosmic energies at play here. Things that are making you feel vulnerable or making you feel, like you're not showing up the way you normally would. And so there's a little bit of unhappiness here. So, I'm also getting the energy of, your mind playing tricks on you, Scorpio. There might just be some energy here where you're kind of deceiving yourself. Let's keep looking into it. What is this Seven of Swords here? What is this Seven of Swords here? Yeah, here we have the Nine of Swords with the Page of Wands. Yeah, someone may be trying to play games here, Scorpio. Um, that'll kind of have you like in your head and not really knowing or understanding like where you are with them or what's going on with them. This is someone who's maybe having trouble sleeping, but this is the Page of Wands. So here we have the Nine of Swords and the Page of Wands. So I'm getting these energies, like a lot of contrasting energies here, right? We have on the one hand someone who has a lot on their mind, that could, either literally or figuratively be keeping them up at night. And it's really about what they're passionate about, what they want to do, what makes them happy, right? Or really where they are versus where they want to be. So this Seven of Swords energy, Scorpio, again could just be what's going on in your mind and the ways in which your peace may be disturbed because you're otherwise in a good space. You're otherwise in a very good space. What is this King of Cups energy that we have here? Alrighty. Yeah, so this King of Cups here's the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups just came out here, Scorpio. So this could be an energy again of someone, playing games with you, Scorpio, presenting themselves in a very romantic way, being charming towards you, but really just not having really good intentions, or, wanting to benefit from your loving energy and wanting you to fill their cups. But here we have the Three of Wands in the reverse, right? So this is someone who either can't deliver what they want from you, um, or won't deliver it. uh, it's as if and then so in the reverse they're not going to receive it because those aren't the kinds of games that you're playing with anybody. um, and here we have the World card, which is a lesson, right? And so I think, Scorpio, sometimes the lessons that we've learned weigh heavy on us because sometimes we just want to have fun, and that might be what it is here too, Scorpio. Sometimes we just want to have fun. Sometimes we want to let our hair down. Sometimes we just want to experience life, but we've learned too much. We've been exposed to too much. We've experienced too much. So we can see the BS coming from a mile away. And so sometimes, I mean, it's like the curse of the Scorpio, right? to be so discerning, to be so intuitive. It's just like you can't fool yourself just because the rest of the world will want to fool you, right? And here we have the two of swords in the reverse. So again, you're not someone who can be easily fooled. You're not blind to what's going on around you. So, someone, again, maybe trying to play with your emotions, maybe trying to really get you to be extremely vulnerable so that you can open up to them. But you're not blind to it because, again, you've been down that path. You know what that looks like, Scorpio. You know what that looks like. There's a lot of cards that want to come out but didn't quite get out. So let's see. What's this Ten of Cups in the reverse here? What's this Ten of Cups in the reverse here? Uh, yeah, Scorpio. So here we have the Five of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Um, Scorpio, you have put behind you the energy of being left out in the cold. You have put behind you the energy of being given scraps. You have put behind you the energy of people not investing in you the way that you invest in them or the way that you invest in yourself. That energy is behind you. And so now it's easier for you to walk away from things, or it's easier for you to identify when you should be walking away from things, when something is going to leave you emotionally unfulfilled or unhappy. But this kind of hurts because even though you're walking away from things that you know good and well enough not to invest yourself fully in, you're still walking away from things that you would, if ignorance was bliss, right? If you were living or operating from a space of ignorance is bliss, you would play with it. You would have some fun with it. You would enjoy it, you know? So there are some things there. Also, Scorpio, this has something to do with work too, Scorpio. You're in a very pensive state. There's you know there's an energy of feeling unfulfilled. A feeling like you're not quite investing your time and energy in things that you actually enjoy and that actually bring you fulfillment, Scorpio. And so you see yourself walking away from something, Scorpio. You see yourself walking away from something that really, at this point in time, just has depleted you, depleted you more so like spiritually than anything else. I know that the Five of Pentacles can be a card of physical ailments, but you see yourself walking away. You don't see anything else, Scorpio. Like that's the only thing you can do is just see yourself walking away. So you are in a space right now, Scorpio, where something is making you very unhappy, Scorpio. I don't want to say very unhappy because again, you've mastered peace. You've mastered being grounded. You've mastered self-love, even, Scorpio. And that's where this is all coming from. It's like loving yourself can be hard because that means cutting out the weeds of anyone that represent anyone or anything that goes against what your self-love means to you, Scorpio. So if there's someone out there half-assing, don't let them play games with you. You're much too accomplished, seasoned, established, to let anybody play games with you, Scorpio. So that's what I see in your future, Scorpio. I see you walking away from something that really just has left you feeling depleted and unfulfilled. And I think it's true for any and all areas of your life, Scorpio. What did I do with this deck? This is going to be interesting. Scorpio, let's see what energies are around you right now, Scorpio. Let's see what energies are around you. I did something funky with this deck, so half these cards are upside down. So, yeah, we'll figure it out as we go along, Scorpio. What energies are surrounding Scorpio right now? We have the homeless card. Um, the father card came out just now. Writer. Betrayal. Interesting. Uh, okay, I'll stop here. Okay, Scorpio. So the first card that we have here is homeless, and it says unemployment, solitude, hunger, bankruptcy, and wandering, Scorpio. So there is this energy, and it's interesting. I have seen this energy come up repeatedly for Scorpio readings. And I'm not quite sure, what it's trying to say, because I just don't want to for a moment think um, that Scorpio is going to end up homeless, right? But um, if it's not homeless, it could be the energy of unemployment that's coming your way, Scorpio. I know that the economy right now is, it's kind of tough out there. So I know that, even in the industry that I work in, there have been a lot of layoffs. So it could have something to do with that. Again, solitude, hunger, bankruptcy, wandering. Scorpio, this could also just mean that you don't feel like you know your place in life. It could mean that you feel like you're not at home in this world, maybe even on this planet, Scorpio. Maybe you're feeling like you haven't found your purpose. So there's a little bit of bankruptcy in spirit, in terms of, I don't know who I am, what, not who I am, but like where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to do, what my purpose is. The next card is father. It says here family, patriarch, guardian, paternal authority, ancestral passage. So there might have be something to do with a father figure in your life, Scorpio. You may have that energy going on for you, Scorpio. This might also be some sort of a spirit guide that's around you. It says here writer, weaver of tales, storyteller, crafting, communication, polishing. So this may be a message, Scorpio, to, pursue some sort of a creative avenue for yourself, because you would actually be really, really good at it. Storytelling and crafting, stories and weaving tales together, communication. That might be something for you to consider for yourself. There's also an energy of betrayal around you, Scorpio, deceit, disloyalty, conspiracy, broken bonds, Scorpio. So just something for you to be aware of. But following that card is security guard, which tells me that you're protected, because it says you're patrol keeper, watchman, and service provider, right? So I feel like with these two cards being next to each other, it's telling you to keep your head on a swivel, but I feel like it's saying that you are being protected and that the spirit world is keeping their head on a swivel for you. So there's not really a lot of harm that can come your way right now, Scorpio. So this homelessness that's appearing here, Scorpio, this might have to do with just something that's going on inside of you, and more so how you're feeling nowadays. Okay. So we'll put that away. Let's see what messages, get some cosmic messages going for you, Scorpio. First one, First one is, what has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act, act. Scorpio, we're always being guided by our inner compass, by our inner GPS system. It's just a matter of whether or not we take heed, whether we act on the guidance that we're given. So the universe is asking you to listen and to act to the inner guidance that you're receiving. It says here, clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. So, it's if they say your outside world matches your inner world. So if your space is messy, that just really indicates that you've got a lot going on in your mind, right? And so if you can manage to clean up your space, your physical space, it's a good indication that you're also clearing up the mental clutter, Scorpio. So and I did get that with the tarot cards, that there may just be some self defeat going on right now. In addition to others trying to betray you and deceive you, um, but that there might just be some emotions that need to be sorted through. It says here, guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let it go. Scorpio, I'm not sure what it is that you have to feel guilty about right now. I didn't pick up on anything of that nature in any of the cards that I pulled today, but it says here, guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let it go. So, that could be for any feeling, Scorpio. That could be for sadness. That could be depression. That could be anxiety. That could be fear. Those are also very normal feelings. So, anything that's causing you any inner stress, just breathe in and let it go. This too shall pass type of energy, Scorpio, because that's how you're going to clear that mental clutter, is really just realizing that it's, a lot of the feelings, a lot of the emotions that we experience that, again, can cause us some internal stress. They're powerless without us giving our life force energy to them. So this is a really powerful thing, to just breathe in and let it go. That's what they mean when they say acknowledge it and just see it fleet on by. Because if you don't stop and entertain it and focus on it and funnel your energy to it, it has no choice but to go, because it will die in your presence. It needs to find a host or a source to feed it, Scorpio. And it says here, you're too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path. So, Scorpio, there's something that you're trying to figure out right now. There's something that you're trying to do. And one thing about Scorpio, you're going to be careful. You're going to make wise choices. You're going to do research. You're going to do your homework before you start anything. Be careful, Scorpio, that when you're in the process of doing that, you don't feel as if your only choice is to do what everyone else is doing, or maintain the status quo. Because it says here, you're too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path. So there's a uniqueness about you, with which you need to approach the things that you do, whether it's in relationships, at work, whatever. um Aw. It says here, find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. So it's kind of like what I was saying earlier, Scorpio. The curse of the Scorpio, to be so discerning, to be so intuitive, to be so clairvoyant, even, and claircognizant. It can be so burdensome for Scorpios, because it's just like, when Scorpios is the type of sign that when you know better, you do better. If you're an evolved Scorpio, and those are the Scorpios that this message is for, when you know better, you do better. And so sometimes that can just feel so heavy, because it's like, I just want to have fun. Um, so it does say here to look for ways to lighten up. And then the last card, Scorpio, it says you have the power to create the life you love. Remember that. You have the power to create the life you love. Remember that. So Scorpio, that's it. That's what this reading is mainly about, is you creating the life that you love. That's where your mind is, that Queen of Swords energy that we saw earlier, and you looking into the distant future, and seeing yourself walking away from things that don't fulfill you. It's because we have to first remove the things that go against what we love in order just love to remain. So that's what this is all about, Scorpio. You really just want a life that you love, and the universe sees you and the universe hears you, because if it didn't, these cards wouldn't be coming out here today, Scorpio. So you're definitely supported in that. You have the power. The universe is telling you you have the power. And at the bottom of this deck, I know I said that was the last one, but something compelled me to look. It says, stop giving away your power right now. Scorpio, self doubt, worry, fear, concern, all of those things, when we go down a rabbit hole of sadness and depression, those are all ways in which we give our power away. When we become too vulnerable, when we make ourselves too vulnerable, now we start settling for less, Scorpio. When we start feeling like, you know, we there's never go it's never going to happen for us, we're never going to find the love that we feel that we deserve, we're never going to get the job that we really want. All of those things will eventually make us settle for less, right? So you really have to think of the ways in which you give your power away to the spiritual forces of the world, not just to people, but just in general. Okay, Scorpio, and of course, don't give your power away to anyone. And in this case, that could mean, you know, making yourself so vulnerable that you just become this. See a fool, use a fool, type of opportunity for people who aren't as highly elevated as you. Like, oh, great, Scorpio's feeling vulnerable. That means I can get whatever I want from Scorpio today, type of energy. So just be careful not to give your power away in that way either. Scorpio, sending you lots of love, light, happiness, fulfillment, high vibration, protection, divinity, all of the things that you've worked so hard to obtain. I wish you alignment with those things, Scorpio. I also wish you the dispelling of the things that are misaligned and aren't for your best and highest good. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love doing this for you, for myself. I love the way this feels. I hope to do this more. If you've made it to the end and these messages resonate with you, like, share, subscribe. Shout out to the spirit world for joining me with this reading, and working with me to deliver messages of resonance to the Scorpio collective. See you soon, Scorpio.